you do. What up, tired player?
Listen, I could curl up right now with a blanket, get my weighted blanket,
Listen,
and just lay it down for the rest of the night. I'm exhausted.
listen. You know what it is, right?
What?
We getting older. It's cold outside. These bones creaking.
Yes, it's that cold because I was out in it last night. I got back to my car like it's cold out here. I had to turn on the seat warmers. I had a heat cranking. I was like, this some boy. This is what I moved for. I moved away from Cleveland to not have to deal with this.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not up there though. My mama say it's snowing like crazy. They're getting
Oh
lake
hell
effect
no.
snow. They done
I
closed school.
don't.
The school's closed. You know it's bad. You know it's cutting up because we used to go to school in feet of snow. I swear we
Yeah,
did. I mean,
yeah.
we were all little, so maybe it just felt like feet, but it was a lot of snow. The only time we didn't go to school is when it was so much snow you couldn't like get out the house. Like
Yeah,
like you couldn't open the front door because there was snow.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
you saying,
See,
yeah,
and I don't
oh
miss
yeah,
it
because you
either.
went to Michigan.
I lived in Michigan. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
go
Yeah, but
through with
you only lived
it.
there. What was your program? 2 years?
I was only there for 14 months.
You playing. You playing. You don't know that life. You don't know that real life.
I
You
I
spent the
don't have to
whole
live there. I don't have to live there past one season to
exactly.
know
To know. Yeah,
that it
your
was
first winter.
hell.
Your first winter, you be like, this some bull. My friend's wife did
I was like,
she did a master's in Chicago or something like that, and they got snow. I want to say it was maybe a foot of snow, and she was calling the campus trying to find out if classes were, if they were gonna have classes. They laughing at her like, "Girl, it's Chicago. If you don't get, if you don't get in your car and come to campus, it's Chicago. You playing?"
right, right. I do
They like, "Get
not
off
miss
my
that.
phone."
I don't miss that. And right now it is 55 degrees, and I have on my floor heater, and I have taken it to every room that I'm in.
I have a heater in my office under the desk. I don't play.
Yep, it's under the table.
It's something
And I'm
about that
like,
heat on the legs. That'll do it for you. You get that heat on your legs. Yeah, it's nice.
yeah. But yeah, let me give a shout out to my teams that showed on out this weekend. I had a great
Uh,
weekend, hence my
yeah,
voice being gone.
yeah, here we go.
Go blue!
OH.
Boo! Yeah, we beat
IO.
that OH. We
That was
beat
the
that
heartbreaker. That
OH.
was a heartbreaker. But y'all got us. Y'all got us.
That was a great game. And that's when I lost my voice. I actually lost my voice on that game, not my Dirty Birds.
Yeah,
So
that was a
we
good
beat
win for
them
Atlanta.
Aints.
It
We
looked like
beat
they
them
were gonna
Aints.
try their best to lose the game, but then
They were
pulled it out.
trying.
They pulled it out. I
Absolutely.
was proud of them. I was proud of them. All kind of shenanigans at that game, though. You saw
It
T.I. had
was.
to snatch his little son up, put him in a headlock. He say, "Boy, you ain't got shit for me." Sometimes
But I just want to know what business he got. Of course, he didn't say business, but
he
what
stand
business
on
you got?
He stand on business.
What business?
I don't know.
You ain't got no business.
That's
You
what
still
T.I. was
depending on
trying to
mama
tell
and
him.
daddy.
That's what T.I. trying to tell him. You can't be a thug behind gates. You grew up in a gated community. You a suburb, the suburban thug, boy. He was just
He
like,
want
go ahead, be a city nigga. See, oh, excuse me.
why
I
why
mean, you.
why does he want to be? I do not understand. I'm so confused by that child.
I think it's a hood thing. Like, you can't be out
What does
here
he know
rapping
about
and
hood?
he wants that credibility from rappers from the industry and stuff like that, which is stupid because once
Is
people
he
get
trying to be a
money,
rapper?
probably, probably they ain't they all. I mean, it's 20
Well, his
in
brother
Atlanta. Ain't he
was at
rapping?
Georgia State. Well, his brother was at Georgia State. Is he still there? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't
He,
know. Was his brother acting a fool on Instagram?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
follow
He the
children.
only one I hear about.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Anyway,
true.
he appears to be a knucklehead, like Ti said in his stand-up, which was surprisingly funny. He was just like, he was like, y'all ain't got to DM me telling me that boy bad. We know. He said, he said we be finding shit out about him on Instagram at the same time y'all do. He said he be like, baby, come here. You see this? You see what he done did?
What he do now?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he, Ti is like, look here, I lived that life. You ever woke up with a roach on your face? And I was like, no, that's a different level. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon by any means. And I'm not even gonna act like I grew up in no like crack den or anything, of course, But my neighborhood was pretty hood. It's you just Google Kinsman one day, Kinsman. You Google that one street. You meet anybody from Cleveland and you ask them if they heard of Kinsman, they're gonna go, ooh. It's kind of got the reputation like Bankhead. Okay. So that's where I grew up. But I ain't never woke up with a roach on my face. No, because we kept
When
everything
he said
clean.
that, everybody had the same reaction.
Like, bruh, look, y'all was living foul. But I did have a cousin in Grand but say too much. I did have a cousin in Michigan who had so many roaches. I couldn't relax at her. I was like, I can't do this. I can't. Like I was
That's
crying. Like
interesting.
my mama got to come get me. I can't stay here.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't know that life, but it just baffles me that this is not the first time he has had one of these outbursts, and he sound real crazy. Like
yeah.
first of all, you're a child, meaning you still depend on your parents, and you out here talking mess constantly.
Talking
It baffles
about, y'all gonna
that.
let him play with me? I stand on business. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What you
I
got?
don't know
He
what it
like 3
means.
feet tall, little boy. His lips weigh more than he do. Like, knock it off. I can't with him. I can't with that little boy. How old is he? I think he grown now. We can talk about him.
I don't know if he's grown, but I know he still depends on his parents.
He's 19. That's basically grown. You done graduated high school. You can get talked
Has
about.
he though?
I'm saying that's the age. You
I
pass
don't know if he's
18.
graduated.
You pass 18, you fair game. We're gonna talk about you in these streets.
Well, he put it out there, so we're gonna talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So anyway.
exactly. Well, let's get to what we really came here for.
Well, actually, I did want to pause
Pause.
just out of respect. Rest in peace to the former First Lady Rosalynn Carter. Her
Yes.
funeral has been on TV all day, it seems like. And so, yeah. And especially being here in Georgia, everything had to stop. So I saw you met them before. Did you?
Yes.
Was she
I
really
attended
nice?
the church service. So Jimmy Carter was still doing the Bible study.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bible study occurs kind of midway through church service or something. Mm-hmm. He teaches from the Bible. So yeah, everyone that attends, and the church, of course, is small. It's very small. We had to get there at about 4:00 in the morning, and you have to get a number. And yes, because the church is very small, and you get in line according to your number once the church opens, and then you get searched, of course, and then you can go in. And it's wooden pews, and then the overflow section is those aluminum chairs, and that it's really like it's a country part of Georgia. I can't remember the city. I have the program on my Facebook page. But yeah, so at the end of service, whoever wants to take a picture with them, you can take a picture. And they're not rushing you either. He literally will, if something's interesting about you, or you ask him a question or her a question, they answered it. It wasn't like, okay, it wasn't like that. So cool. They were very pleasant, very pleasant. Yes. Right. So I was
So,
lucky to get a picture with
rest
him.
in peace to
Rosalind Carter
from Keita and Kim.
from Keita and Kim, right?
Speaking of, I don't think we said the name of the show today.
We
So
haven't. Let's
welcome
get
to
into
our
it.
podcast. I ain't trying to be funny, but look.
But these bones is creaking because they cold.
And I've been saying I'm ready for it to cool down. I wasn't ready for it to get cold. Like, can we do it gradually?
Oh, so it's your fault. It's your fault.
Look,
You
I
weren't
was sick of
specific.
I was sick of sweating. You know that under boob. I was sick of that. I'm sick of that. It's just always just wet, you know. And you know, I gave up aluminum, so my pits ain't. I was just sick of sweating. But I ain't want to be cold. I ain't ready for the snot nose shivering. I ain't ready for that. Can we just gradually? Can we do some 60s
But what's
for a
funny?
while
Wait.
or something?
What's funny is I still slept with the fan on.
Well, if you snuggle in, you might get too hot, so you got to have some
Yeah.
air. Yeah,
I still slept
that's
with the
valid.
fan on.
That's
Yeah,
valid.
yeah.
I'm with you on that. And then
Yeah.
you get hot. What's the trick? One leg out.
Put that one foot out.
That one, just that one, and then you cool all the way down, and you good. I don't know why it's magic. I don't even know if men do that, but just about every woman I know.
I can
goes
tell
one
you
leg.
this: you asking the wrong person. I would not know.
I don't think my husband does that. But anywho, all right. So what are we talking about today, love?
So welcome. Today we're going to talk about these fake people on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm so sick of these folks. Somebody literally put on Facebook. I'm so sick of hearing about Kimmy's dry snatch. I thought I was going to.
I saw that comment and I was like, that's rude and funny at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hella rude, but 100%, I'm with them on that. I agree. I'm tired. Like, why is she? I was actually a little bit offended by that. Like, why is she going trying to get her stuff, trying to increase her libido for that punky head? I was just like, I can't stand him. So anyway,
So,
you
let's
want to
go
start
and
there
jump
at the
into
spa?
Let's start at the raggedy ass spa.
Because that was towards the end of the episode, but we can do that. Yeah. So Kimmy decides to go and get a vaginal rejuvenation steam. Excuse me. And I know it's a medical term, but I'm actually kind of tired of hearing the V word on TV so much lately. I don't know why everything we watch has to talk about the JJs. Because for me, I can't just hear the word. There's got to be a visual with it for me, and it just makes my stomach flip. And I'd be like, I don't want to think about that right now. I'm tuning in to watch some mindless reality TV, watching people argue,
exactly,
and making money or buying things, whatever they doing. But I don't want to hear about their pots.
Right.
My roommate back in
and
college.
It's crazy because the whole, I don't have a degree in psychology. I don't have a degree in counseling. I don't have any credentials behind what I'm getting ready to say. But I just really feel like, why hasn't it dawned on you, nurse, real estate agent Kimmy, that it's a bigger issue than your dry snatch? Like, there's something
that's the word we sticking with today.
We sticking with it. The girl put it up there. I'm gonna stick with that. Cause let me tell you, when I saw that, I laughed so hard and so long. When I saw it, I was just like, did she just write that on? Did you just that on But it's just a bigger issue. You don't like him right now. He doesn't do something to turn you on. You don't want him. You turned off. There's a bigger mental issue here.
But then what is he doing? What is he doing? Like, she's jumping through these hoops to try to get back attracted to him or have sex with him.
But he don't think nothing wrong with him.
Sexy? What is he doing to make her,
want him?
Want him?
Right.
And why is that his main concern with his wife just coming up off of cancer treatments? Like, bruh, your penis is not the most important thing right now. I'm over it.
No.
Over
And
it.
it's not like, I mean, yeah, he supposedly bought her a Jeep that was probably already hers. But anyway, we don't know. It wasn't there. But I just really feel like he doesn't make any efforts on TV. That's what we got to say now. Let's say that now. On TV to show that he's caring and he's sympathetic to things that she's been through, you know, things like that. It's just, to me, he just exists to, he comes home, she better had cooked so he could sit at the table. She better
There
had
to
cleaned the
serve him.
house.
She's there.
Yeah,
to serve
I'm
him.
just, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, you know what you married. Now it's your fault. Oh, you know, I really, it's your fault.
That's it. That's the whole thing. Like, on the one
You accept
hand,
it.
we sitting here like, well, why is she doing this and why this and why that? But you know what? That's what she signed up for, and she keeps
Absolutely.
signing up for it. She won't take her name off the list. So, you know, sit in it
Right.
then. You done painted yourself into a corner. Now sit in the corner.
Stand on that business.
Stand on that business. Stand on business.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, and what else happened at the spa?
The fake pregnancy
Foolishness.
test.
Foolishness.
Bitch, y'all don't even live together. Quit that shit.
You know,
no.
several episodes ago, we like, they don't even live in the same house. They meet up to have conversations. They not together. Y'all fronting. So why are you trying to act like you pregnant? If you think you pregnant, you cheating.
She pregnant by
seriously,
Jesus.
If she pregnant, she cheating. Cause she know it ain't with Marceau. He ain't never home. He in Africa, Colombia, Japan. Right? With
Atlanta.
a vasectomy. Atlanta. With a vasectomy. How you get pregnant? At what time did you get pregnant? He don't live with you yet, girl.
What time? He said what time? Girl, the whole time I'm watching that scene, I'm going.
Right. Even Kimmy was rolling. Kimmy was like, girl, what you doing?
Sit your ass down. You ain't pregnant by no damn Marceau.
You know you ain't pregnant. Kimmy was cracking up. Like, this is insanity. She like, this ain't nothing but foolishness. Girl.
Foolishness. You stupid.
You done went and spent some good money on this pregnancy test. For why? I might as well go take one. Girl.
No, I might as well go take one. How about that?
Let me not say that because I could still, but
I can't. I can't. Ain't no way in hell I can be pregnant. So
it was just so goofy. Like, okay, I know they got storylines. I don't know if
no,
the producers are not showing
no, they
it.
don't.
What are they doing all day, every day? They doing something. Let us see something else. But this nonsense was a waste of TV space. It was a waste of footage. It was a waste of all the cameras and the crew that had to show up. It was a waste of makeup. It was a waste of money for the spa. Everything was just dumb. It was just dumb. And I was like, y'all got to do better than this. Carlos King is not on the scene, I'm sure, every day that they're recording. He ain't on the, he ain't at the pieces and parts level. But somebody need to run it up the chain, be like, look here, bro, this ain't working anymore. You're gonna have to shut this down.
It's not even interesting. I mean, he might as well come and film me. Come from the back room to the front room. Go to the bathroom.
Might be more interesting.
Make a sandwich. Wash the clothes. Come back to the front room. Put the clothes in the dryer. Come back to the front room. I mean,
right. They are
you might as well film me.
Interesting. Like, you know, and Tisha talking about all the stress. She thinks she might want to go back and be a stay-at-home mom. Okay, do it. Who cares? You don't have to keep throwing events if you don't want to. Stay home. Did you see somebody posted an old clip where she said, oh man, it wasn't. Oh, she said invertation instead of invitation. She said invertation. I was like, that po Tink Tink, she been messing words up since the beginning. This was like a season 1 clip. She's talking about she sent Melody an invitation. I was like, oh,
That sound like her mama.
oh.
What her mama say?
Disrespect
Disrespect her.
She hit that too, like she was being proper. It's like it's what grandmama used to do when she was on the phone with the white people. Yes. Hello.
Chicago.
Yeah. I received your invitation. Yeah. Yeah. So but they were building a house. What's happening with that? They remodeling another
Uh-huh.
house. What's happening with that? Can we see the girls' beauty supply, whatever thing, something else with that? Maybe. I don't know. What, like when she gets up in the day, what does she do? What does Kimmy do? Can we go to the real estate nursing office with her? Does she see patients?
Is she still a nurse?
I don't know. She was doing cooking too for a while, like catering or something. Like, does she cook the meal, see the patients, and then sell them a house? Like, what's happening? What's this business plan? What does Marceau do? Can we follow him to Black and then to his woman house and then to the
We
other
have
woman house?
never
And to
followed
go see
him
his,
to
can we go to the
a
elementary school where his other kids are? Like something. Like
allegedly.
like I'm just saying, we can see something else other than these manufactured lame scenes.
Right.
So yeah. Okay,
Right.
so speaking of foolishness, Martell Hope. Did you see the video where they said he was gonna have a name change, and Marceau said, yeah, he gonna drop the L or the T and just be Martell Ho. Ah, yeah. Kimmy said that name change ceremony was corny. She didn't go, but she just like, that's corny.
I mean, I felt the same way.
It was kind of corny.
It was dumb.
And unnecessary waste of money.
A
So
waste of money. How many kids you got?
4. She got 4.
Is it 4 or 5? Well, he got 5.
He got
she
5.
4.
She got 4.
You could have put that money towards their college education or something.
I guess she got money to burn.
And that is why this fool over here standing on business. Because
yeah, and hopefully the kids won't grow up and do the same kind of nonsense.
It's done.
They seem to be good so far, but hopefully. Yeah, so Martell done had surgery to have the bags under his eyes removed. Look, that's a thing in my husband's family. Some of them have, big pockets. I guess if that's what you grew up with and you don't like looking at it, you would have a surgery.
I mean, but is it fluid or something? Like, what is it?
From what I understand, it's from allergies, but I don't know. But it's just apparently it's also hereditary. So. And people look at themselves and they find things that they don't like anymore and they want to fix it. And I guess that's what he wanted to spend his money on instead of getting out that man's house.
Let's talk about it. You so concerned with bags under your eyes, you ain't got no roof for your 5 kids.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and we could have a drinking game where we had to take a shot every time we say the word ridiculous when we talk about this show.
Absolutely. Drunk, lit,
pissy drunk, livers
laying outside in the yard, in the grass,
alcohol poisoning, in a coma at the hospital. I'll be like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Right.
But I did want to say, I thought Fletcher was going to give Martell a little more heat. I don't know what it is when people confront Martell, they never really, except what the women do. The women give him the business, but the men always seem to back off. I don't know what it is. He charms them too.
I will say this. I think that Chris has a calmer demeanor. He also has a business. And he ain't even finna fuck up his business over no damn Martell Hope. So I believe
He also ain't defending his wife over Martell Holt. Like he ain't ready to fight Martell about how he talked to his wife because he know his wife got a mouth.
Right. And he said that. And
Mhm.
she know it too. And she didn't and she was inappropriate too. You know, stay out of it. I mean, you know, one of our friends posted on Facebook today, or was that yesterday? A question, and it said, if you knew that your best friend's husband or wife or whatever was cheating, would you tell him?
Oh, I saw that.
And then it's like, you know, she said the same thing I said. I was like, hell no, because I did it. It backfired. You
Mhm.
know, so it's like some people will show their ass. Some people will just be calm. I think Chris is calm. I think that he's about the business. I think that he's not really the gossiping type. He's like the anomaly on the show. He's not really real reality show material. And I think
Mm.
he think Martell is foolish, and he just appease. They have to do scenes. I'm gonna go and do this scene, and I got shit to do. I don't feel like Chris is gonna show his ass, and Martell will, but
He's
Chris ain't.
not going to, but you know, and I'm seeing a lot of people just with all this love for Chris on social media. He seems like a cool guy. He's decent looking. He dresses nice. But don't forget, he cheated on his wife too. They done made it up.
Yeah,
They done
but we
made
don't
up and
know all the
stayed
details. Yeah,
together.
but we don't know
But he
all the
still cheated.
details.
But it came up a couple of times on the show that he and Nell had some issues because he cheated. So he, for me, he in the same crew with Marcel Marta. Like how are all the men on this show rumored to be cheaters? How you gonna let your man be, not let, but how you with a man that's in a group of men who are cheaters? How you think
Yeah.
you got the one that ain't the cheater? All the rest of them openly doing it. They
Good
hanging out with
question.
each other with they other women, and you think your man ain't doing it too? Come on now, come on, somebody.
And you know what I would say to that? Reality TV. All they thinking about is the exposure.
You talking
You
about the
better get on
women?
that show. All of them. They had to agree. You
Yeah,
can't do one without the other. Chris and
yeah.
Neil had a conversation that we gonna be on this reality show. Our business can come out. You cool with that? I'm cool with it. Let's get this money. That's what they doing.
I'm more so talking about how people are acting like they just love Chris because he's this and this and this and that, and they just ignoring the rest of it. Like you can't dog out Martell for being a cheater. You know,
Oh, you
for you
know,
already know Chris is. We already know
I
this,
got you.
right?
I got
And
you.
how is Tisha, Melody, Kimmy, Nell, how they all with these men who hang together, who, well, Melody ain't with him anymore, but they were all in the crew running together with these men that's cheaters.
Yeah.
But Tisha running around thinking hers ain't her. She got the one that ain't. Girl, come on.
He probably the head cheater,
He probably was trying to,
allegedly.
or he done watched them figure out, okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, he got busted. I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, he done figured it out. Oh, I better have an NDA. I better slip her some money on the regular. He done figured out
Right.
he needs
Right.
to write a book, how to be a cheater but don't get caught being a cheater or something.
All right, OJ. Um, but yeah, you're right. You're right. They people let it slide because people are hypocritical. I mean, that's just life. That's what they do. You
Mm-hmm.
know. I I see that all the time about people who defended Melody, or you got the people who defend Melody, you got the people who defend Tisha. I don't really see people defending Kimmy, but it's always people that's gonna defend somebody for whatever reason. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, they do let Chris get a pass,
It seems
you
like
know.
it. I mean, I like the way
Yeah.
he deals with his kids for the most part, but his attitude, yes, he's the cool one, but he also seems like he comes in after the fact, after the kids then acted a whole monkey with his wife, then he come in like, okay, you know your mama be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like he seemed
Yeah.
like he want to be the parent that you like.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
He the friend.
he likes that, role, and he probably don't didn't discipline them. She had to do all the hard stuff. She's stressed out, running around doing everything, and he walking around with his suits on with his hand in his right pocket. Like all the time, he got a hand in his pocket. Like, what's this dude's story? You ain't that damn laid back. You trifling. I think he trifling. He's a cutie though, but he's trifling. And he looks short.
You done
So
read him for Phil.
not quite. I could get with him, but yeah, for now, that's it. I done peeped him. I peeped him. He wanted to be the cool dad, and he had his little moment. He teared up with his son and everything. But what you need to do is catch him in his stoke. Right in his stoke. That boy needs he needs some straightening.
Yeah,
You not
that
mad at me
son
out
is
of
delusional.
you done went to jail, and I had to come get your dog after I bailed you out. But you mad because I won't give you the dog back. But no, I'm not gonna give you the dog back till you give me my money.
Right.
He's still whining about it. Like, I'm not finna listen to this. Actually, I would go and give him his dog. Actually, I don't know. Not if I didn't pay for it. I might not have paid for it in the first place, but that's different.
Yeah, I don't even understand why they did that, but I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, but like
I don't
told
have
you, them
kids. I
wouldn't have been
haven't been
yelling
in
at
that.
me. They wouldn't have been
Oh,
yelling at me
absolutely
at the
not.
dinner table. I done just cooked dinner and had y'all over. Y'all ain't about to be sitting here cussing at me like that. I told you that last time we filmed.
Yeah,
That's not what we finna do. I would have
right.
And that one daughter acting like, well, I won't say acting, but the one who felt like she been mistreated, she may have to an extent, but it ain't like she think. And a lot of people, a lot of siblings think the parents like one better than the other. That's not new. And just because she feeling like she was mistreated don't mean that is so. That
Yeah,
don't mean
but
what happened.
don't say I'm mad because you got child A a BMW and I got a Mercedes, and I'm mad because I didn't get a BMW. What? That's not an argument to have. Like what?
She was saying she got a beat up car that she had to get herself or something. She was but from what I understand, she didn't live with them. So if you living with your mama who ain't with your daddy, you can't be mad that your daddy taking care of the kids that live with him. You don't know what your mama told
But
him.
he
Your
said he
mama,
got a car.
her mama might have been like not letting him see her. Ain't no telling what the dynamic is between him and the baby mama. And if everybody at the table saying that she a trip. You got 8 people at the table, 6 of them saying you a trip, and number 7, your husband ain't saying nothing. Yeah. Her husband was sitting there like, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. It's gonna be a long ride home. I ain't saying nothing. That white boy was not saying nothing. So
He didn't say a word.
Because he knows she acts up every time they go over there. He probably didn't even want to go. He probably didn't.
He didn't want to go.
Mm-mm.
He probably said, "Here we go."
Uh-huh.
Lord be with me.
He just kept quiet because he didn't want that. Because if you say something at the wrong time, everybody boo. And and then they looking at you. He's like, he already know he didn't want that. So I don't know if it looks like maybe the Fletchers are gonna be permanent part of the cast if the show comes back next season. Coleslaw gonna be on there next season.
That's the rumor.
She say she been filming, so.
Do you know how many times I've been on TV and stuff get cut?
Well, I'm just saying, if they have the show, she might be on there. She been filming. I'm not calling her a liar. I don't think she been lying about anything.
No, well, apparently not. She got a whole child.
I don't think she been lying. I think she just ain't go about it the right way, and she ended up being the villain.
Yeah.
But I really
well, let's talk about this last thing, and then I'm over Huntsville. I am happy to see that the Whitlows are no longer going to be on this show.
They are making their departure.
Huh?
I just said they're making their departure.
Right. I could totally see the anxiety that Tiffany was going through as she sat there and had that conversation with Stormy and Kiki. That scene made me cringe because she looked like she was stressed out, uptight. And if she did not have that baby with her, that baby was definitely her safety blanket. And I believe if she didn't have that baby, it's no telling what she would have done and how she would have reacted. And I think that having her child there helped her to be calm and to have a conversation. But I can totally see that she was going through some things. And I'm happy that they showed that scene and then showed the scene with her and Lou and her admitting that she needs to take care of herself mentally, emotionally, physically,
all of it, all
Yeah.
of it. And with her still nursing, the baby's feeding off of that. She needs to get herself together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough time with a new baby. You're stressed out, you're exhausted, yeah, your body's hurting, you mentally is everything is tough. And so to be dealing with a bunch of people who hate you, and the whole country is writing hate mail and posting about how much they hate you, it's too much. Yeah, just gonna
Yeah.
walk away. And Lou was like, yeah, I ain't got no, he didn't want no parts of the show the whole season, right? He was just like, yeah, I'm out. So it's a smart move for them. And yes, she
Yeah.
did have the baby as protection. But I don't think Tiffany's that kind of fighter anyway. She's into, like, using her words, and she believes, I think she thinks she's really smart, so she's using her brain and her words to try to get at people. But she don't understand Kiki is like, she knuckle crazy.
Yeah, she about that life.
Tiffany mind crazy, Kiki knuckle crazy. Like, she was gonna hit her upside her head, and Tiffany ain't about that life. If you think back to any verbal altercation she had with anybody, she never really yells. She never really raises her voice. She doesn't attack people. She ain't never gotten in anybody's face. Most of the time, she just says something and she's like, "What? Why are you mad at me?" Kind of thing. She doesn't think she does anything wrong. So I think it kind of messed her up.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, I think it kind of messed her up, that she realized, okay, I'm actually doing something that people don't like.
Yeah. I didn't think that they would physically fight. I was talking more about her mental state, and that she could possibly snap. And I mean, I don't know. That's why I said I ain't got no degree in psychology, but I could damn sure see that she was grappling with something on her face. She looked like she was stressed the hell out.
So I think she was scared of Kiki. I think that Tiffany does not I think she's afraid of physical confrontation. And she saw at that cookout that, well, she didn't see it happen, but she found out that Kiki had cut a bitch. So she didn't want that. She didn't want that. She also found out from Stormy, don't do that. So
don't do that.
Don't do that. Stormy will pull her hair out too. So she was like, I can't, these are not people that I can, I can't do that with.
I don't feel safe.
Right. Like my girl on Potomac thought that she could just mouth, and that, you could say whatever and that people can't put their hands on you. They shouldn't put their hands on you, but that don't mean that they won't or that they can't.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you can't count on how that other person is going to react. You might not be the type to throw hands, but yeah, other people are. So yeah, I think I do want to say before we close that out that I think Stormy actually did do a good job with having them get together in a private setting, a quiet private setting, not at somebody's event, right? Not in public at a restaurant. Do it be just those two people. It ain't got to be the whole group. I felt like this was a good time to confront. Yeah, as soon as you got the word confront, it's about to be a fight. So and surprisingly, Stormy was the one that mediated that, and she did a good job. So I mean, Tiffany and Kiki probably still won't be friends, but at least they won't be trying to fight each other, or at least Kiki won't be trying to fight Tiffany. Kiki like, you better keep her name out my mouth. And she from across the tracks.
Because I'm about this business.
She from across the other side of the tracks, as Marceau said.
Right.
So that's Huntsville. I mean, it's amazing that we talk this long about them every week, and we still come to the conclusion that the show is tired. So we're gonna have to move on. Who else we got?
Let's talk about another fake ass show.
You talking about them Bells in Jackson?
Them Bells in Jackson, boy.
Bell Connective.
Every single goddamn scene has been fake and made up.
Yeah,
It's
now that
ridiculous.
show for real is
Oh my
very,
God.
very phony. Everything is
Very.
staged. And I'm wondering, why is it so bad? I mean, it's still on OWN. It's still a Carlos King production. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they being treated like this?
I don't know. I I don't know. And I'm gonna, you know what? I really do wonder about the ratings for both of these shows. I mean, I know that people in Huntsville, the who watch the Huntsville are very into it because they talk about it all day, every day on Facebook. It actually cracks me up about all the investigations they do about these people. But Bell Collective, it just seemed like every single scene was staged, from the conversation between Akeisha and Tambra to the store visit with Tambra and Damon, who I don't think are together, to the fight, the fake fight between Sophia and JJ's mom. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? It's just horrible. It's horrible. Everything is horrible.
The thing that was weird for me was they've been calling her IKEA on on social media. IKEA and Tambra. Okay, so first of all, we
You
got
gonna
to
say
go
it again?
all the way back to last season with this supposed group text where Tambra said she didn't want IKEA on the show,
Akeisha on it. Yeah, yeah.
and that she say she didn't say that, and they all said she did. Well, then fast forward to now, Latrice is like, well, no, Tambra really didn't say that, and so now Tambra wants to come clean to IKEA. I'm gonna keep calling her that now. So why?
Dry
That's
snatch.
dead. That's dead. That's dead. It was just weird to me. And something about it doesn't feel right. And yeah, everything is staged, but it still don't have the ring of truth to it. So
Right. I still don't believe the story.
I
I
don't believe
still
the
don't
story
believe the
either.
story.
I don't believe the story either. And so it's just odd. And then it seems like they're just about to just dredge all of that back up. I'm not interested. It wasn't even
No,
that it wasn't even that important in the first place. Letitia don't like IKEA. Boom.
for whatever reason.
For whatever reason. And IKEA, she don't really like Letitia either. That's her coworker. And
Letitia.
she trying to get this money. So,
Yeah.
child, she just don't. IKEA needs something. It looked like they were going to be showing us her work with Ferris Street, but we haven't even seen anything else with that. Like, what's happening?
Not the whole
Letitia
season. The
was
whole
so
season.
mad. She act like Ferris Street was her project. It was her baby. She was so invested in it. But then she don't even talk about it anymore. Now she talks
At
about
all.
empowerment, which is her favorite word now. Like, for 2024, can we leave energy and empowerment back here in 23? Like, can we not take those to 24 with us? Everybody can't be empowered and everybody can't feel energy. You can't always match energy. You can't keep the same energy. Like, let all of that go. Like, let's find something else to talk about. All right, back off my soapbox. That's my
Boy,
resolution.
you over here preaching.
Look.
I just let you preach, honey. Listen,
But
you
I
on
mean,
the road.
Letitia was mad at IKEA. Like, you can't talk about Ferris Street. That's my thing. But now she ain't even talking about it.
Neither
So then,
one
what were
was
you
talking
all
about it.
mad about? Well, yeah. What's the point? I thought we were gonna see Jackson revitalized. I thought these women were gonna do something besides sit around and have brunch. Like, what does somebody else post this on social media? What does Letitia do?
I don't know.
Marie runs a methadone clinic. Tambra's a radio personality. Latrice has her hair business, right? Who else we got? So Gucci's a realtor.
IKEA.
IKEA's a stay-at-home mom with an ex-NFL player husband. Okay, that's fine. She's a housewife. Letitia ain't none of that. What does she do besides how you making money having brunches? I don't get it. And writing a book about why the side piece is winning and you and your man ain't even happy. What's this book? Who's gonna buy a book from her?
People in Jackson.
You think so?
Hmm. It's the same following crap that they have in Atlanta.
Yeah, like people going to old lady gang just because Candy Burris is famous, and then they leave there and they talk about the service and the food, but people still going. Like they didn't hear that. Like you didn't just read that. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. They aren't chefs, people. I don't get it. But anyway, I
So
digress. But yeah, I 100% agree with you, and I don't know what Letitia does. She has, and it's funny too because they showed yet another scene with Letitia Marie and her girlfriend
Essie.
Essie buying properties, and they ain't asked Sophia to be the agent again. And I'm like, damn, they once again they don't use her to look for properties. But I don't understand what Letitia's involvement is. I didn't
I
get
don't
that.
know. I don't know. And that was a couple episodes ago, so I'm fuzzy on. It was something about Letitia trying to find a place for Marie's, I guess her rehab people to go.
Right, but what does she have to
Probably.
do with that?
Well,
Like,
I don't
why?
know. I don't know. Maybe she gonna have a brunch there. I don't know. She baffles me. And then she's like a mentor. What are you mentoring? I don't understand. Her mentee just helped her plan her book party. I don't get it. So whatever. Whatever. I did think the Tambra telling her family that she's pregnant was cute. It seemed, now that was the only scene to me that seemed kind of real. It seemed like they were all surprised and happy and stuff.
They
But
might have been surprised and happy, but that one lady they kept showing that was kind of looking side
she
eyed.
was looking
She
like
looked like she was looking like, who baby is that? Cause you and
she was
Damon
looking
ain't together.
confused. She was looking confused, but she fixed her face eventually. But she did look
But
confused for the whole first few minutes of that whole reveal. She was in there like,
right,
"What? I don't understand. What the hell? How you got a baby? Who the daddy? What is this? What you mean you pregnant? I don't understand. What is this thing?" Yeah, she was looking like the hell. So I was peeping that too. She was one of the cousins sitting around the table. She was looking like, "No, ma'am." And I know they had to have a conversation afterwards. But look, last episode, she chewed Damon out just because she found out he told his sister. She had already told her mama, her sister, and now she done told a room full of people. And she's still justifying not wanting Damon to tell people, like, honey, that's not how this is going to go. It's not going to end well if you keep acting like this. I don't like her
they ain't
attitude
together
with
no
him.
way.
It doesn't matter. If that's his baby, she can't be like that.
If allegedly,
All I said was if that's his baby.
I'm
It's
saying
always
if I said if that's his baby,
it's
and then I
always
said
if.
allegedly.
It's always if. Mama's baby, papa's maybe. Only the woman know. Only the woman
Not
know.
all the time.
Yeah. But I'm saying the man don't know. He don't never
Right.
know.
He don't never know.
It's always his best guess. He don't know. I'm not talking about you, boo. You stupid. So anyway,
You
I
stupid.
thought that was cute. I did think that was cute though. And I will say I side with Latrice. Like I keep saying, she was hurt. She was very hurt by how Letitia talked to her. And now she went and told Tambra, yeah, she basically like bumped Letitia, let's get it started. So that's why she dredging that story back up. But I side with her because, yeah, she might have said those women were her co-workers, but Letitia knows she wasn't talking about her. She was talking about the rest of the Bells. I believe that Latrice, when she did that video saying that those her co-workers, I don't think she was talking about Letitia. She was way too hurt. And you could tell she looks up to Letitia. And you could tell she really values her opinion. So I don't think she thinks that that's her coworker. But Letitia's deciding to latch on to that for a reason to be mad at Latrice. For what? I guess to make it up to her ex-girlfriend or current girlfriend. I don't know what her and Maria Essie. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know
We
what
don't
that
know
is.
what it is.
But it's their
Yeah.
business. The only thing is it can be your business, but if you're on a reality show, you got to decide, how honest you're going to be, what part of your life are you going to reveal, you
Yeah.
know? And if you're going to reveal things, then it should be the truth.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to show us, oh, you happily married when your girlfriend get mad every time she see your husband. Like,
Right.
we can tell something is going on. And that whole your bed cold, my bed warm, it was a little too. It felt like they were fighting over Letitia at that point, and it made me cringe. I was like, I would have been so uncomfortable sitting there, or I would have been, how we do, whoop, like we were listening to the election results, going whoop.
I know.
Okay, that's an inside joke.
Inside joke.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Marie is odd because if Essie's her girlfriend, I wouldn't be wanting to sit there and watching her get so upset over Letitia. Like, something is weird. Something is weird in their whole dynamic. But I did want to circle back. You tagged me on that video where Maurice is saying, "Hey, look, y'all out here posting."
You done went back to a whole nother show.
Yes, because I didn't say this when we were talking about it, and I mentioned this to you the other day. Yes, you're on a reality TV show and you're showing your life, but these fans think they have a right to people's entire lives, every
Right.
single second of it. And if they think you didn't tell the truth on the show, they think it's their mission to investigate and find out the truth. And they
Right.
go too far. They posting people's personal business on the
Yep.
interwebs. And it's just,
Yep.
if they go too far, especially with Huntsville, it's a phenomenon, honestly. I've
Yep.
never seen another show where the fans
Yep.
are this psycho.
Like literally looking up the business license, whose name is
They be
on it.
posting
The
mortgages
Martell,
online.
yeah, Martell can't pass builder's exam, and
They
I
going
mean,
back to
just
high school on these people. They finding
yep,
somebody's third grade boyfriend out here. Like, I cannot. Y'all need to relax. You could call this man. He's like, I'm a real attorney, a whole attorney, and you gonna find out. You keep trying to slander me on these internets. Like, you all gotta cut it out. It,
yeah,
it's crazy. I can't get that deep into it. Things come up on my feed. I'm on X, Instagram, the book. I check all of those, and on every single platform, they're talking about these folks, and they
yep,
digging and digging and digging, and they on live. It's just like, how do y'all even breathe? Look, we sit up here and talk an hour about this stuff, and then we moving on. I'm not talking about
yeah,
these folks no more today.
right.
I ain't trying to talk about Tisha Scott, Marcel Scott. I ain't trying to talk about none of them. Pumpkinhead Maurice. I ain't talking about none of them once we get off of this thing, because I'm over it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, his head was actually kind of pointy in that video. I might start calling him something else, but he straight up got a pumpkin head.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the one
So,
time I agree with him. Like, y'all need to cut it out. Y'all need to really stop the madness out here. So, yeah. Ain't nobody investigating Bell Collective like that, though. They ain't interesting enough. Not like that.
yeah, I don't think I've seen anything that deep on Bell Collective. Yeah. I mean, I've talked to people that I know, because I'm from Jackson, and I talk to people about some of the people that we know in common. But beyond that, nah, I don't think people are really investigating them like they do Huntsville.
Mm-mm. I don't think they investigate the housewives of Atlanta like they do Huntsville or Potomac or Married to Medicine. I don't think they get into any of those shows like they get into Huntsville. Like, they want to know what Melody ate for breakfast this morning. And then they gonna post a picture of it and talk about how she getting her bag because she ate some eggs. And eggs are causing her to be beautiful and live your best life, Melody. And they worshiping her out here. And I'm like, y'all
Yeah,
psycho.
yeah. But that's that Atlanta phenomenon too. And we've talked about it too, that it's so many damn reality shows, and it pisses me off that most of them are in Atlanta, because I have my staple places I like to go. And as soon as you see that spot on a reality show, you can't go anymore, because now the groupies are hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. But anyway, I don't really have anything else. I just, because like I said, every single scene was just so fake. And I don't know, I was quite annoyed because everything seemed real fake to me. And I was just like,
Yeah, because
okay.
I don't have to see JJ and his mama ever again.
Ever.
The show took a break and it's back, but they could have stayed broken. They could have stayed
Broken.
they could have stayed on a permanent break. I'm good. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna continue with them. They're just not interested enough. So anyway, last show that we have to talk about is a new-ish one, Ready to Love, Make a Move.
Make a Move. A spinoff from Ready to Love.
Where these 4 women live in New Orleans for a specified amount of time and date a bunch of men and see if they can find love.
Now, I do have to admit, I kind of like the concept of it being a smaller group and more options for the smaller group. And I like that you have to make a choice of whether you want to continue to pursue staying with the person or move on. And I like it because a lot of times I think that people see red flags in people and they ignore them because they're like, oh, maybe they were nervous, or maybe blah blah, maybe whatever the blah blah is, right? But this is forcing people to say, oh no, you got a red flag up front and I'm gonna move past it because it's got to be something else. You know what I'm saying? Something better.
I think it's because they know that there are more options there. A lot of times people overlook red flags because they've been at this too long and they don't.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and they're scared, like, if I let a potentially good person go, I might not ever get anybody. So in this regard, they know if I get rid of
they
him,
have other options.
Tamika gonna bring me somebody else tomorrow.
Right.
She's gonna have me somebody else in about 4 hours. So I don't have to fool with any of this nonsense. So I do like that as well. I like that as well. And it's kind of a hybrid between Ready to Love and Put a Ring on It, because on Put a Ring on It, they would go on dates and decide whether they wanted to keep dating that person or go on a date with somebody else. So it takes that idea and puts it with the dating of people who are not married or not even engaged or even in any relationships, and see how they do it. And I agree. I do like that it's a focus on the women and the men competing for the women. Because one thing I don't like about Ready to Love is it seems like every single season it boils down to a bunch of women ready to scratch each other's eyes out over a man. And in this case, and they're trying to sneak it in there. You see, they're trying to slide it in this one. I hope it doesn't go anywhere. Just keep it as the 4 women, they kind of friendly, right? They may not be friends, but they're friendly. They seem to be getting along in the house pretty much, and they're having fun. And you got your man over here, I got my man over here, and we doing us, and we come back and we talk about it. I like it. Okay. So I'm glad Cameron showed up to Zadia's birthday party. I was concerned that he might not, and she was gonna make a super huge deal out of it because her feelings would, because she was gonna be embarrassed and feelings hurt. But he showed up. She still wanted to be mad at him though. She seems like she really likes him, and he apparently really likes her, and maybe she's scared because she don't want to live in New Orleans or whatever. But she to me it feels like she's messing it up with Cameron.
Yeah, so here's the weird part. So the thing about the show is that the 4 women came to the men. All the men live in New Orleans. But the 4 women don't live in New Orleans. And so the show is called Make a Move, almost implying that if you find a good man in New Orleans, will you consider relocating to New Orleans if he can't move to where you live? So now we're talking about a situation where 4 women have picked up their lives and come to New Orleans. And so Zadia's issue with Cameron is that Cameron said up front, he was actually very upfront with her about the fact that he's a workaholic, and his goal, which most guys don't have, is to retire at an early age. And so I think that, I don't know if she just didn't understand what he was saying, but he was essentially saying, I'm doing this, this, and this to prepare my life to retire early. She expects him to be 100% in this process, but this man go to work. He lives there.
Yeah, and
he lives there.
Several jobs.
He's working several jobs, and he lives there.
Yeah.
So it's like you picked up your life to come to New Orleans. He didn't pick up his life. His stuff is nonstop. And I don't want to, I'm trying not to call her selfish. I'm trying not to. But it is a little bit selfish when you ask someone what they want out of life. They tell you what they want out of life. And then they're proceeding with that goal, but you're getting mad because it doesn't really include you.
I think she wants the early days of their relationship to be that bubble, that giddiness where you want to be together all the time. You're on the phone, you seen each other. She's not going to get that with him because he's working, right? He's trying to build wealth.
Right. And he works at a job where he can't even talk on the phone all day.
Yeah, he's a pharmacist. And
right. You can't hold a phone.
Right. So he's trying to do what he can do so he can chill with her in the future. Like when she's back in DC, or no, she lives in Atlanta. Wait, she lives in DC. She's from Atlanta. One of them.
Right.
She
lives
when
in
she
DC.
goes back to where she lives and goes back to being a makeup artist, is she gonna be sitting around talking to him all day? Visit? No. So she's not being realistic. She ain't got nothing else to do in New Orleans. So she's focusing on what he's not doing or where he is not, instead of paying attention to where he is. Like he is calling. He is calling. He is coming to see you. He's showing up when he can. And he's like, he is making time. And somebody, because there's plenty of guys won't make time. There's plenty of women won't make time, but he is. So,
and when he's with her, he's all in. He's not holding his phone. He's not checking emails. He's giving you the attention.
Well, she said he was texting. She didn't like that.
He could have been texting his mama.
She just said he was late getting there, and then he was texting. I just watched it a few minutes ago because it was something I was looking for. So yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah, but
it was only.
And it's probably the first time he's done it. I don't know. I ain't paid that much attention to it. But
I haven't seen him do it before either. So
yeah, but I just feel like I think he's a good guy from what we see. And I guess I'm the type of person that would like something like that. Please be about your business. And when it's time for us to be together, let's do that. But when it's time for you to be about your business, baby, please be about your business. I don't have a problem with that. So maybe she just ain't the one for him, and they try to make it work. And maybe she needs to move on.
Possibly.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them, because I think it's going to get to a point where she's going to be upset and pissed off at him all the time.
And he's going to get tired of it.
He's going to get tired of it.
Because even now he's like, damn, I'm trying to do everything, that I can. So.
Right.
So, okay. Ashley. Kirsten never showed up. Look, his name, he got a woman's name. It was bugging me anyway. I'm glad he's gone. But, he He was rude. He didn't seem to be that into her. He didn't seem like he really didn't seem like he gave a damn when she gave him the deuces. So we don't even have
He
to hear
wanted
about
a
him.
he wanted a lay.
Whatever he wanted. We don't know because he didn't say, but he looked like he did not care at all when she was just like, I'm gonna have to let you go. He was like, all right then. Like he just was like, oh, are we done? Okay, I'm out. Like he was just like, he didn't had enough anyway. She was giving him grief every episode. He was like, look,
Yep.
it ain't that serious because he could leave there and go get some. He wasn't worried
Right.
about her. He was not
And
worried about her.
as a matter of fact, as he's walking out the door,
Yeah,
making phone calls to the next bitch.
right. To the
Like
next.
he didn't give a shit about you. And she came at him so rah-rah the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time.
Tamika sent him on a blind date with Zadia, and she gets mad at him because he's dating other people. What are you talking about? You're on a dating show, girl. Like
Yeah,
I've been
these
mad at
look
her since
all of
then.
them cuckoo. All of them cuckoo.
And then
All of them.
the other guy who did show up for her, Donald, whatever, he is bending over backwards to try to do what she says that she wants, and she keeps finding things wrong. I
Right.
want him to move on from her too, and just be like, you know what? Go back to Atlanta. I'm good. He should be like, nope, nope, I'm good. She's ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying that she shouldn't take a pause when she finds out he's married, but how much did they talk? How long they been talking? They might not have come up yet. I don't know. Did you ask him to
But she
open the door?
said that they've been texting. He's been calling. He's been
Did she
texting.
ask him? Would you just
And that's
say?
what I said.
Would you
That's
just
what I
say,
said.
"Oh, by the way, I've been married"? Would that have come up any other time? I don't know.
So, can you pause that? And let's go back to the fact that Tamika is purporting to be a matchmaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want somebody that has been previously married, you tell the matchmaker. But you can't be a 45, or I don't know how old she is, 50-year-old. You can't assume that somebody that's over 40 has not been married before. You can't just make that assumption. I mean, you can't make any assumptions actually these days. Like it's that just, and the fact that she's having that reaction, I'm just like, bitch, you don't want to drop the ball. Like that's one of the first things you ask somebody. Are you married?
And I was gonna say, I don't know that she doesn't want him because he was married. It seemed like she was taken aback that he had never brought it up before.
She didn't
Almost,
ask maybe. And
almost
that's what
as
I'm
if he
saying.
had
Why
been
is it?
hiding it or lying.
Yeah,
And I think
exactly.
she's looking for something that's why I think she's just looking for something to be wrong. I just feel like every single date she goes on, she's latching on to, oh, nope, I didn't like he just said that, he gotta go. Like I just feel like she's a little too hasty because she's scared to get her feelings hurt again, get her heart broken. She shouldn't be on the show. She needs to go somewhere and heal and then come see about it later.
I 100% agree with you. Like, I think that she has so much going on up here.
We did the
Yeah.
same thing up here.
She is cuckoo. She is straight cuckoo. The bitch is a walking red flag.
She's the red flag. She wrapped up in one with them nails.
And I'm gonna need her to wipe her ass. Like that, I just ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Her nails, they look sharp. They look scary. I don't like her. But
They look unclean. You can't be wiping your ass good, and you can't be washing good.
She's
You
just
can't.
way emotional. And I just looked it up. She's 36. 36 you got some years. She should be a lot more mature than she is. She's acting like she's 26. She's acting like she's
no,
16.
not 26. Yeah. I was gonna say
she's acting like
less.
she's 16. She doesn't have the emotional maturity that she needs to have to be on this show right now.
Right.
So I feel like she needs to be somewhere healing and working on herself. I hate to break her down like that, but that's just the vibe I'm getting. So yeah. Good luck, Ashley.
She's quick tempered. She's very judgmental. And I'm like, baby, you act like these people were born yesterday. Like 36-year-old men have been married and have kids. They've had sex. Like,
Yeah,
what
that's
the
what I'm
fuck?
saying. I don't think that that's what's bothering her. I think she really felt like he was hiding something from her, that he's a liar
And
or
that's
something.
that's her fault that she.
Yeah. So she's just
It's
crazy.
almost like there's some standard first 5-minute questions that you should be asking. And are you married is one of them.
Not married, but have you been married? Like how soon
I
do you ask
understand
that?
that.
How
But
soon
are
do
you
you ask
married?
that? Not the are you married?
Hi.
Have you been married? That's what.
Hi, my name is Kim. Are you married? Are you
No, that's what I'm
single?
saying. Are you married is different from have you been married?
That was not my first question. My first question is, are you married right now? Because if you married right now, we're going to end the conversation. The second question could be, have you been married before? But if if you're asking me, Kim, I'm going to ask you, are you married right now? First.
I'm not asking. I think are you married is a valid first question. I just don't know if have you ever been married is an early relationship question. I don't know. I've been married for 99 years, so I don't know what y'all are asking these days. We were in college. It ain't no are you married or have you been married. It's what classes are you taking? You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't it wasn't that. I don't know.
I hear you. I hear you.
I don't know how early you asked that question, but it does seem like it would have been by now. And if
But
she
she's the
asked him
one who's
specifically and he lied, then that's a problem. But if she never asked
right.
him, then that's on her.
It's on her. Exactly. If y'all doing all this, we've been talking, we've been texting. Why you didn't ask him?
What
Had
y'all
he been
texting
married
about?
before?
What you texting
Yeah, what
about?
y'all talking about? Y'all sending pictures. That's what you doing.
Have you there used to be, I'm gonna have to see if I can find it. There's a list of questions that you should ask when you're dating somebody. I want to say it's like 100 questions, and people thought it was
Of
crazy, but
course.
there are questions that you really should ask. You know,
I want to
like
see the baby picture. I want to see the baby picture because I need to make sure you was born a male. Yep, I said that.
that's valid though. If that's
It's a
what you
valid.
want, if you want a man that was born a man or born a
Yep,
male, then you
yep,
have a right to ask that. You do.
yep, yep.
And if they don't want to answer it, then that's your answer.
Yep, exactly. I need to see the baby pictures. I need to know your sibling. I want to see the baby picture with you and all your siblings and your mama. If you had a daddy, I want to know which one is you. Okay, the next year, first grade, second grade.
Yeah. Let's take a pause for a second. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Had to take a little quick break. But
yeah, but I'm adamant about making sure that if I'm gonna be talking to somebody, they gotta be a dude.
I'm telling
I
you,
need you to be a dude first.
that's yeah. I
The things
asked
we
some
go
questions.
through today, baby.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't ever want to get down the road and you didn't find out because you didn't ask. Right.
Because I didn't
Because
ask,
they could
but
be like, well, you ain't asked me. No,
right.
see, no, see. But you will still feel like they lied to you if they didn't come out with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's just like I said,
It's
it's
a
hard to
lie of
tell how much.
omission. It's a lie of omission. But my thing with her, with Ashley, is what's your issue with the fact that he's been married before? What's your issue with that?
I'm telling you, I think the issue is that he didn't tell her before now.
No, no,
But
no.
we'll find out next
Oh,
episode because they didn't finish
yeah.
that. I think they
Right,
ended
right,
with
right,
that. So we'll find out
right,
next episode.
right.
So now let's talk about the other two who are now overlapping. Okay, so Sharice's keeper My Zell.
Cuckoo.
Why
Sharice is
does she look
cuckoo.
like she's frowning when she's smiling? You ever notice her mouth turns down at all times? I've never seen anything like it. Even when she's
Yeah.
happy, she looks like this, Kim. She does. You notice that? She looks like this all the time.
She just not a beautiful girl. Too bad for her. But yeah, she does look a little, yeah. That's that cuckoo. Ooh, no, you didn't.
Yeah, so for Zadia's birthday, they were able to invite people to the party, and they each invited 2 people. So Vernisha invited to Barry and this really goofy cuz. I can't even remember his name, but he looked so uncomfortable and awkward. He seemed like he
Yeah.
was sweet, but he just really wasn't cut out for that. So I knew it wasn't going anywhere. His name was like something Danzy, which is a strange name anyway, but he just looked like he was uncomfortable. And to
Yeah.
Barry, who seems extremely comfortable, is into Vernisha. And I saw online that he like I think he said he works at a bar or something, but no, he owns the bar. Like this man owns several businesses in New Orleans. Like he's a boss. And he's just, I think, trying to see where her head is at and what's going on with her. Maybe he just want to have some fun because he be out here in these streets grinding like Cameron. He probably see Cameron at the club, you know. So he's trying to make sure. I think he wants to see how they vibe and she wants to see how serious he is, you know.
So thank you for bringing that up. I have something to say about that.
What?
I think that is very, very, very selfish of these women also to assume that these men are professional people being on TV. So, who is it?
What are you saying? You mean like
Tisha.
actors?
Tisha has a nervous laugh to me. And the reason why she has that nervous laugh is because over the course of these years that they've been on, we figured out that she's very insecure, right? So these guys that are on this Ready to Love Move to New Orleans show, this may be their first time on TV. And the first thing I thought about when I saw Tabari and his joking and all of this stuff, I was like, I wonder if he's just nervous because there's a camera in front of his face and he's not used to that. These ladies they've been through this already. They were on a hold, well, until they got kicked off. But, they've been through this before and they've been on TV. They've had these cameras shoved in their faces before. These guys might not be in a situation like that. And you don't ever know how you're going to react until you get in that situation. And I just felt like at some point, some of these people may have just been nervous. And I thought that when I saw Tabari, that was the first thing that I thought about. I was like, shit, he probably
Tabari was nervous. I thought the other.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But that's the first thing I thought about.
Yeah,
when she kept saying, I need to see your serious side. I mean, you're always cracking jokes. And I was like, I wonder if it's the camera. I wonder if he's just not used to this. Because some of those guys look super uncomfortable. Like you said.
He looks comfortable though. Like he looks very confident and comfortable in his skin. That man knows what he wants and what he wants to do and what he likes. I think that maybe he's just a fun guy.
Yep.
He's the one of all the men, he looks the least nervous about the cameras, in my opinion. And I also
understand that, but I'm just saying, that's what I thought
some
about
of the other guys
first.
Because
I don't know.
On the other Ready to Love shows, a lot of those people are actors, like on or they want to be actors.
Put a
These
ring
guys
on it.
don't,
Yeah.
These guys don't seem to be that, right?
Right.
Tamika actually just found some regular New Orleans guys, and she got a I think she's I think she's got a good assortment of dudes that she got coming there. I am enjoying it actually. It's sometimes the first episode, I was kind of like, "Well, I don't know about these dudes she brought," but I think each week she's making adjustments. Like, okay, well, you said you didn't like that. Let's get you this. She seems to be
Yeah.
doing a good job. So if the guy is not right, it might be because they portrayed themselves differently in their interview, or
Yep.
the women have changed what they say, or they said they want it, and this ain't really what they want. Some people
Right.
just some people think they want this, but they don't really. So, but back to Tabari, like I said, I saw online somebody that knows him said, he owns, like, I want to say, several businesses in New Orleans. Like, he not playing around. I think he might be kind of like a Cameron, out here trying to build his wealth, and you want to
Grinding.
see where her head is at.
And I don't think she's ready for a person like him.
I don't think so either. Um, okay, so then Mizell was Sharice's keeper that she invited. She invited Mizell and some other guy that she just didn't like. And she clowned him too. Like, did I tell you to touch me? Which is
I
weird
think he
because,
was drunk.
yeah, he was getting on people's nerves and he was drinking too much. She didn't like him and she snapped at him. It was actually kind of nasty. It was not,
Yep.
she didn't have to get nasty with him like that and then turn around and hug up on Mizell, who didn't ask her either.
Right.
Right. So, it's just a matter of,
Cuckoo.
it's not that you don't want it, it's you don't want it from him. You like the attention and the touching, you just don't want this Negro to touch you. That's valid. So, but back to Vernisha, sorry. I just rewatched that one scene I was looking for. What she said was, and there was a distinction. She said that she didn't want him to be people that she didn't want him to be somebody that everybody else was laughing at. She didn't want everyone else to think that he can't be serious. You got to pay attention. So she's more worried about what other people think about him.
Wow.
I just saw it. And I was like, that's an interesting distinction that she made. Yeah, she may be saying that she wants him to be more serious, but more than once in that episode, she said she wanted other people to see that he can be serious. And I thought, now why is that?
I don't think they gonna end up together. And I don't think that he's going to think that she's the one for him either.
I don't think so because I don't think she's on his level. Her
Th-
her immaturity is
that's
coming
it.
out too, and
Yes.
her party girl.
She's
Her party
definitely
girl
not worldly. She's not worldly. Like she
kind of
has
slightly
a
hood.
limited, huh?
I said slightly hood.
She's slightly hood, but she hasn't been anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by worldly. I don't think that her experiences are as broad as he is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they match. Like he's literally going to be having some conversations and she won't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and you don't think she's that smart.
Mm-hmm.
You look like you didn't want to admit it, but no, she comes across as kind of airheady, you know. And I did like her a
Yeah.
little bit more before. I'm not that much of a fan of her at the moment. So, okay, so she invited two guys. Sharice invited Mizell and the guy that got drunk. Ashley invited Donald and Kirsten, and Zadia only invited Cameron from what I saw. I didn't think she invited anyone else. Right. And this was to her. So that event was not a free for all, in my opinion. I think it was Zadia's birthday, and she told the women they could invite somebody. I don't think that it was, you can come here and everything's fair game, but that's how Vernisha took it. That's how Mizell claims he took it. And so later on, he asked Vernisha for her number. Now, he, like, at the time, I don't know if Vernisha knew how much Sharice was into him, but she did know that that was Sharice's keeper because she said in her confessional she was surprised that Mizell asked her for her number because he was Sharice's keeper. So she knew. She knew. And I just don't think that and if that were me, I don't think that I would have given him my number if I knew that the other chick in the house thought that was her keeper. I would have been like, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe some other time, or or if things don't work out with you and Sharice, then come holler at me. I wouldn't have done it.
Well, that's different. So that's different. So I do feel like it's a free for all because we're not to the end of the show and no one has said this is definitely the person I want to continue to pursue a relationship with, because I think that is more serious. It's not like with Zadia and Cameron where they've been through this 17 times and he's been her keeper 17 times. Mizell was only Sharice's keeper one time. I think just once. And so, and even if it's two, it's still a low number. But and to be honest, I don't really think that Sharice actually liked Mizell either, to be honest. I don't think that's really true, but I digress. I think that party was a situation where you can talk to whoever you want to talk to. But because Mizell was Sharice's keeper, there's nothing wrong with Mizell asking Vernisha for her number. And if Vernisha says yes, but if just as a courtesy, let Sharice know, okay. I don't think I would have gone through all of that. I don't really feel like I would have, because I'm on a dating show and that's what I expect to happen. But at the table, when they had a discussion, it was the next day. It wasn't like it was 2 weeks later. Well, that's how it looks to us. It was the next morning. And she brought it up. She didn't keep it a secret. She didn't try to hide it. So I don't feel like Bernice was trying to be sneaky about it. I don't. I think she let Sharice know when she let Sharice know. And I was cool with that because it's a damn dating show.
I didn't think there was anything wrong with her telling Sharice, and I didn't think she said it in a nasty way. She did have a little bit of when Sharice was like, he hadn't called me or text me since last night, and Vernisha was like, oh really? Because we was texting all night. That was a little stank on her part. She didn't have to say that. She didn't have to gloat. I felt like it was gloating. But you're right.
But Sharice got a bad attitude. I wouldn't text her
checked Mizell. Tamika checked Mizell.
She did.
Just like, you should have been honest and told Sharice, hey, I think I'm gonna give your girl my number. I don't see any guy doing that. I think Vernisha, maybe as a courtesy, could have been like, Mizell asked me for my number. Are you okay with that? I don't know. It just gets icky if you and the person you staying in the place with, you living in the house with, is dating this guy, and now he trying to holler at you. Have you ever dated somebody that you knew was dating your friend at the same time?
No, but they're not friends, by the way. They're not friends, by the way. They are not friends.
Have you ever dated somebody who was dating your roommate at the time?
Hell no. We ain't even have the same face. Hell no. So,
and then later on in that episode, in her confessional, listen to that, Vernisha said she wasn't even interested in him because she knew he was on some bull. Well, then why you give him your number? See, something ain't adding up with her. Something's not right with Vernisha. I done turned on her. I used to like her.
I got two things to say. Number one, don't act like just because these dudes want to get on here to get some, the women could be on there to get some too. So don't act like everybody innocent. Everybody had their own motives. Everybody's doing something for whatever reason. We just don't know. That's number one. I don't know why Mizell looked old as hell, and he was too old to be goddamn playing them stupid ass games too. He was short
to me too.
He was a midget. So, but the second thing I want to say is, I don't know what was shared with those men by Tamika. I don't know the rules she gave them. I don't know what she told them. If ever you're called into a setting, this is what it is. We don't know any of that. We don't know what's been communicated to them. So for all we know, right, every time they come to a setting at that house, they can date whoever they want to. They can talk to whoever they want to. They can get numbers from whoever they want to. We don't know what they were told. Or we don't know what they assumed either.
If I invite a guy to a party and then he turn around and ask somebody else at that party for their number, I'm gonna feel some kind of way.
Yep.
And I'm going based off of Nikita single in the 90s, because bitch ain't been single in forever. I'm just saying, I think that's how I would have felt. I would have felt some kind of way. Sharice invited him as her keeper. That wasn't the mixer where they decide or they say I'm gonna keep you or not. That's not what that was. It was Zadia's birthday, and they got to invite guys to the thing.
Yep.
Now, if you invited two guys, obviously you're not exclusive. I get that. But I don't know. It's just, it just seems like it would be girl code. But you saying they're not girls. They're not cold.
They're not girls.
So it
They
ain't girl
are
code.
they are on a dating show.
It's icky.
There's
I'm
no
just saying, I
loyalty.
don't do mess.
There's
I
no
wouldn't have done it.
loyalty.
I wouldn't have done it.
I'm not saying I would have done it either. What I'm saying is they are not friends. They are on a dating show.
Yeah,
and the
they're not
goal
friends. I got
the
you. I just still
goal
wouldn't
is
do
to
it.
leave. The goal is to leave there with somebody.
I'm just saying, even if you're not friends, forget girl code. If I'm hanging out and a guy came with a chick and then turn around and try to holler at me, I'm gonna think he's a snake, and I would not give him my number, and I wouldn't want to be bothered with him. See, she said in her confessional, see, I thought he was on some bullshit. And what you give me a number for? Something about her ain't.
I just said that she ain't smart. Yeah, that's it.
Fuck smart.
Yeah, I hear you.
You ain't got to be smart to date. You ain't got to be smart to be out here trying.
Damn sure don't.
And he don't care.
Damn
He
sure
don't care if she's smart or not. He was looking at them boobs. She got body, yaddy, yaddy. That's what he looking at. And she look like ain't a whole lot going on up here. He trying to get it.
And she might be too. She got 3-4 kids.
But I just started getting snake vibes off of him, especially when he started when Tamika was talking to him. You don't trust nobody. Start no, sir. You knew what was going on.
Right.
And the fact that now that you texting with Vernisha, now you don't know Sharice's number anymore, and you won't come over the next day like didn't happen. Now he a snake. He a snake. I ain't like nothing about it.
He didn't like Sharice. I believe he didn't like Sharice. I believe Sharice came out as a bitch. He probably saw what she did to that other guy. And he was like, shit, I might need to go on and holler at somebody else. I mean, you never know.
And then he said something. Oh, he said to Tamika that he lost a bag or something. And he only asked Sharice for her number because she was concerned about him. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Then Sharice got mad and was just like, oh, he tried to downplay me. See, I wasn't interested anyway because I knew he was on some bullshit. See what I'm saying? She full of it. I don't like her. I don't like her anymore, and I don't like him. So I'm glad he's gone. But we'll see what she does. I hope Tabari drops her next week.
I do too.
Yeah. I hope he decides, nah, I don't want to do this. Go find him a woman who wants him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's above her level.
At this point, if they can work out their issues, I'm kind of pulling for Zadia and Cameron. At least
I'm
not to get married necessarily, but they could have a relationship for a little while, have some fun. They're a cute couple. And he's got the prettiest smile.
But I don't think that's what he's looking for. I think he's looking for a wife.
True. But he could have some fun with her till he finds his wife.
How you know he ain't already doing it?
She seemed like the type that wouldn't let him go.
Yeah.
She'll
Yeah.
keep him on, yeah, she'll keep playing with him.
Yep. Yep.
Aw.
Yep. So we'll see what happens next week with all of these raggedy ass shows.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like this one, but I do. I do like this make a move.
I like the concept,
Mm.
but I find it hard to believe that 100% of the women that were chosen were cuckoo. It's really weird for me that these women are just so, yeah, it's something wrong with all of them.
But it's also
100%.
self-selection though, right? Because, well, or maybe it's self-selection. Like, did the show go to them and say, "Will you come back?" Or
Yeah,
or
yeah, of course I
well,
don't
did
know.
the show go to a bunch of women and these are the only kooks who said, "Yeah, I'll do it"? You know what I'm saying? You never
I
know
wish I knew.
when
I
people
wish I
volunteer
knew.
to do stuff or people do stuff for money. You never know what their, what their
Yeah,
situation is
because they had to leave their livelihood.
for a while. Yeah.
Vernisha is a stylist. Sharice is an esthetician. Zadia is you say makeup artist. I thought she was a personal trainer. And I don't know what Ashley do.
Zadia is a wellness coach and makeup artist. Vernisha is a salon owner and insurance broker. Ashley is a speech therapist / bartender / entrepreneur.
Say what now?
This is what it says on the website: speech therapist, bartender, entrepreneur. And then Sharice is an esthetician entrepreneur. Sharice is 45, Ashley's 36, Vernisha's 42, and Zadia is 38. Mm-hmm.
And they all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Walking red flags.
I don't think Vernisha's cuckoo. I haven't seen cuckoo from her yet. I actually don't really think Zadia's cuckoo. Sharice and Ashley, yes. They both seem to be. Yeah.
I'm waiting
Because
on
I'm
you to
thinking,
finish that thought.
I'm
Because
thinking
you said
something
I wouldn't
different.
call them cuckoo. Well, what would you call Zadia and
It's a
Sharice?
different word for me. Cuckoo for me is a different kind of thing. Cuckoo to
Okay,
me
so
is
what is
Ashley. Ashley to me is cuckoo. It's just kind of that unstableness, that all over the place, you know, ugh, kind of thing. So I wouldn't put Sharice as that either. Sharice is just stank and
she
stuck
is
up
evil?
and delusional and evil. So I don't put her in the cuckoo category either. Zadia is self-centered and selfish and full of herself. And Vernisha just seems like an airhead party girl. She's cute though. But I mean, they're all pretty. Well, no, they're not. 3 out of the 4 are pretty. Because I think Ashley's pretty. She just doesn't know it all the way. She's trying too hard. She's got the bright hair and the makeup. Like she's screaming, "Look at me. Don't look at them. Look at me." But you don't have to do that because you're pretty. Like, stop it.
I don't know if she's pretty because she wears a cake full of makeup, and she's doing this all the time.
Looking like
It's
a
like, what
velociraptor.
the fuck? Put them damn lacking things there.
Yeah.
It's like all day.
Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, she Edward
That's all you
Scissorhands.
see. The fuck? Put them shits down. What the hell?
She is out of
Yeah.
control.
Well,
All right,
thank you
ladies.
for joining us for this
Yeah.
episode. It
Yeah,
was
we
great
squeezing it
catching
out.
up.
We squeezing it out. We squeezing out something to talk about with these folks.
Oh,
It's just
I'm
that
ready for P Valley and House of the
House of the
Dragon.
Dragon. I was gonna say Game of Thrones. Yeah, House of the Dragon, baby. House
I'm
of the
ready.
Dragon.
I'm ready for those to come back. It's like you get any more of them episodes.
Exactly. You're right.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. All right. Like and subscribe. Put in the comments. If you're watching these shows, we love to hear from you. What do you think? Are these heifers getting on your nerves too?
Would you go on a dating show?
Me?
Yes.
Hell no. On
Okay,
TV?
okay, our friends listening, would you? Would you go on a dating show?
Why or why not?
I think if I think I would have done reality TV if it had been as big in the 90s as it is now. Like if I were in my 20s now, I'd be a whole fool on somebody's TV show.
Real World, you be on Real World.
Survivor, something like that. I would have done, yeah, I would have done something crazy like that. Survivor was still new, and I thought those people were crazy, starving themselves in on an island for those weeks. But I got so hooked on it over the years. I was like, oh, I would absolutely do that if I were younger.
Really?
Uh huh. Oh yeah. I would do a cooking competition show just to try it. I would. I would do any of that kind of stuff. Game show. Well, I did audition for game shows. So yeah. I think I'm supposed to be on TV, or I was supposed to be. It's probably too late for me now, but yeah, I was supposed to be in
No, we're
TV.
gonna be on TV. We're gonna be on TV.
If we're not, then we're gonna have people acting as us. Keita portrayed by. Yes, I'm all for that. Somebody else can be on there pretending to be me. Absolutely. All right,
As long as I'm getting a check.
that part. All of those
All
parts.
right, players and playettes. Have a good night. Talk to you next
Next
time.
time. Bye.
Bye.